G'day guys, Steve Morgan here for Fishing Monthly magazines and www.tacklejunkie.fish. Now what we like to do with Tackle Junkie and Fishing Monthly is to take new products, give them a real flogging and come back to you in a 6 to 12 month period to tell you how they've gone out on the water. And today we've got the MotorGuide X5 that we've been giving an absolute hiding on the Fishing Monthly bass boat for at least the last 6 months. Now this isn't to be confused with MotorGuide's XI5, which is their servo steer electronically controlled autopilot style motor. This is the X5 cable. It doesn't have autopilot, it doesn't have directional control, it doesn't have spot lock, but what it has got is it's got the ability for people that fish a lot to manhandle that boat exactly where they want to go when they're fishing. So guys like me who tournament fish a lot find that the direct response and the power of a cable drive suits our style of fishing. This motor, it supersedes the MotorGuide Tour Edition motors, and the motor I had on this boat before this cable before the X5 was the 82 Tour Edition, and the 82 Tour Edition was a great motor, but there was a few things I didn't like about it. Firstly, I didn't like the aluminium cast foot pedal. You use stainless steel screws to screw that into your deck, and when you come to take it off, stainless steel, aluminium, salt water don't go together. So that's been improved on this motor. They've got a composite foot pedal with great places to mount the screw. You're never going to have a problem getting this on and off, no matter how many years it sits on there for. But the main thing about this X5 motor is what's called VRS, variable ratio steering. And instead of having a circular cam on top of the motor, which the cable uses to turn that motor back and forth, it's got an elliptical or an oval shaped one. And what it does is it takes the torque out of the steering at the times you need it most. So if you had the old Tour Edition and you were driving it on 100%, you'd find that motor would sometimes want to swing around and become uncontrollable. At the times when it's swinging, the times you need to control it the most was the times it was the most difficult to control. So the VRS in this actually works really, really well, and I've noticed when I go back to other electric motors that don't have that, I notice the fact that there's that feedback back through the cable into the foot pedal. The other thing that this MotorGuide has, and I'll show you what it's got now, is the old Tour Editions had a steel shaft the whole way through. The X5 has a shaft which is half steel but half composite down the bottom, and that gives it a little bit of extra flexibility, probably takes a little bit of weight out of it, but it also allows me to quite easily fit all the things that I want to fit onto a trolling motor here. I've got a Garmin Panoptix transducer here, a Hydrowave unit on top, a Garmin side scanning transducer on the bottom, and of course it's fitted with a hydronaut that you've probably seen in another Tackle Junkie test. The stow and deploy. It's got two big springs in there which soften the blow of dropping it down and picking it up. And overall, if you're a cable drive user, you're going to see this as an improvement on normal cable drives. The other thing that it's got is it's got a transducer built into the bottom. So my Garmin unit here can plug into an adapter, and it can use this built-in transducer to run on here. Of course, I've chosen at the moment to bypass that and use the side image transducer. This isn't a side image transducer here, it's just a standard 2-dimensional transducer. And you can see the motor, it's had a hard life in the last 6 months. We've given it some punishment, and it stood up to all of it. We've mounted all of the ancillary cables up the side of the motor here with enough play so that when we go back and forth, we're not going to stretch any of those cables. So that's it. It's a simple motor. The additions that have been made to it have actually improved it, and the great thing is in Australia these things cost under $2,000. So for a motor which isn't heavy on the bank balance, it's very reliable, it's easy to steer, it gets great life out of batteries. This one's powered by a 24-volt Torqeedo lithium battery in the back. We can get days and days out of that. If you want more information, you can Google MotorGuide X5. It'll take you to the American side or the Australian side, or you can see a Mercury dealer near you.